Hello and welcome back to my channel Learning for Fun. Today we are going to learn a little bit about the introductory aspects of human resource management. So in this video we will be learning about the definition, nature, scope, importance, functions, and a little bit more about human resource management. So let's begin. Let's take a look at the definition of HRM as given by Edwin B. Flippo. He says human resource management is the planning, organization, directing, and controlling of the procurement, development, compensation, integration, maintenance, and reproduction of human resources to the end that individual, organizational, and societal objectives are accomplished. That means human resource management is a very comprehensive process which comprises of a lot many functions that are managerial, that are operative, and that are required to meet the individual demands and needs as well as the organizational and societal objectives. Let's take a look at another explanation as given by Rosie Joshi and Shashi K. Gupta. They say HRM is a set of policies, practices, and programs designed to maximize both personal and organizational goals. Yes, human resource management is something which is aiming not just at the personal requirements of the employees but also at the organizational goals. And here on the slide you can see some points coming in as nature of HRM. So what is HRM? HRM is an integral part of the process of management. It cannot be separated from management itself. It's a comprehensive function encompassing a lot many aspects. It's a pervasive function which is not limited just to the HR department but goes across the organization. It is people-oriented. Ultimately, that is what human resources is all about. It's based on human relations because all the people in the organization are working towards accomplishment of the goals. It's a continuous process. It's a never-ending journey which just goes on and on, right from the time an employee enters into the organization and even after retirement, the journey of HRM continues. It is an interdisciplinary subject that is not just taken up from one discipline, but the contents are coming from a lot many disciplines like psychology, sociology, political sciences, public administration, economics, and whatnot. It is basic to all the functional areas and is not limited to one or two functional areas only. And at the same time, it is something which is of a recent origin. It is not as backdated as many of the subjects which originated in the past, but this is a subject of a recent origin. So let's take a look at the objectives of HRM. Basically, the objectives can fall into four realms. We have the personal objectives, the functional objectives, the organizational objectives, and the societal objectives. To get a more detailed idea about it, let's take a look at this chart here. So we have the societal objectives that is at the very periphery, and at the very center we have the personal objectives. So let's begin with what is the objective of HRM when it comes to the societal level. At the societal level, HRM is responsible for legal compliance, for the benefits of the society, and for the union management relations, which do not just limit to the campus of the industry or the organization, but it goes even beyond that. Then there are certain organizational objectives which are applicable to the entire organization, like human resource planning, employee relations, selection, training and development, appraisals, placement, assessment, and all these other objectives which are present at the organizational level. Of course, at the functional level, that means at the departmental level, there are certain objectives as appraisals, placements, and assessment of the different people working in the department as well as of the different departments themselves. And of course, at the personal level, we do have certain objectives which are meant for the individuals, like training and development, appraisals, placement, compensation, and assessment. Now, let's take a look at the functions of HRM, and here on the screen you can see a chart depicting the various functions of HRM. And this is not an all-inclusive list. Obviously, if we go ahead with the exploration of the functions, there can be many more coming in. But here on the slide, we have certain major functions of HRM as absenteeism. So in order to manage absenteeism, you require HRM. In order to have a disciplined workforce as well as a disciplined workplace, we require HRM. HRM is required to handle the grievances of the different employees present in the organization. It is responsible for having authority and accountability. Function of HRM is to manage the different functions across the organization, how to really go ahead working as a team and inculcating team spirit in the team members, how to really take up with the appropriate leadership and the team management. It goes ahead going forward with things like safety and health of the people in the workplace, with a person specification, the requirements for a particular job, the descriptions, of course, and the contracts of employment, what terms and conditions should be into it, how to retain the workforce, how to recruit people, how to motivate them with certain incentives, and ultimately how to mold the workplace culture, the culture of any given workplace. Now, let's take a look at the HRM function, having them categorized under three heads: the managerial head, the operative head, and the advisory head. So, when we talk about the managerial functions of HRM, they are quite similar to the management functions as given by Luther Gulick. We have it as PostCorp, and here in HRM functions as the managerial functions, we have planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. And of course, all of this is applicable to the human resources in any given organization. We have the operative functions which are required for the day-to-day operations, and these are specific to the functionality of human resource management. Things like with the functionality of human resource management, we have employment, which comprises of recruitment and selection. We have training and development, compensation, maintenance of the working conditions and welfare of the human resources. We have the operative function of motivation and keeping the workforce motivated, management of the personal records, industrial relations, and of course separation, the exit interviews, and things like pension, PF, and whatnot. Of course, there is another head of HRM functions, that is advisory functions. We have advice to the top level management and advice to the departmental heads. Now let's take a look at the need for HRM. Why do we need HRM? We need it for better industrial relations, to develop organizational commitment, for coping with the change, for adopting the political philosophy, and to meet the training and development needs of the employees, further to ensure newness in human resource policies, because this is not a stagnant thing. It keeps on developing and it is dynamic in nature. Let's take a look at the importance of HRM, and here on the slide you can see them being categorized under three heads, that is for organization, for employees, and for society. So what is the importance of HRM for the organization? It helps you attract and retain the best people. It helps you appoint the right persons. It helps you enhance the quality of the people employed, further ensuring succession planning and meeting the future challenges, and also with the upkeep of the right organizational climate. For the employees, it is useful as it motivates the employees, it enhances the efficiency of the employees, inculcates teamwork and team spirit, It is helpful in appraising the potential of the employees apart from the performance and, of course, in providing opportunities of growth, and it also ensures commitment of the employees. At the societal level, important because it provides for the productivity gains for the society, reduction in monopoly, and also in the economic gains at the macro and micro level. And in contemporary times, CSR is definitely an important function which works for the society. So, now very briefly, we will be taking a look at the scope of human resource management as given by Indian Institute of Personnel Management. The scope of HRM can fall under three heads: the personal aspects, the welfare aspects, and the industrial relation aspects. The personal aspects are all concerned with the humans in the organization, the employees, and their concern aspects like recruitment, selection, placement, induction, anything and everything that the employees, that the humans in the organization have to undergo. The welfare aspects are concerned with the benefits and the facilities that are being provided to the human resources like the working conditions, canteens, creche, restrooms, lunchrooms, and other facilities. And the industrial relation aspects are all concerned with industrial democracy. They are concerned with the management of industrial relations and industrial peace and harmony. So these are the three points which cover up the scope of HRM as given by Indian Institute of Personnel Management. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see such videos further, do subscribe to my channel. And if you have any personal queries, you can write down to me on the email ID given below in the description. I shall be pleased to address your concerns. Thank you and have a great time ahead.